guys, Demon Killer here, back with another DIY recipe. Today we are going to be doing a cola cherry. All of the ingredients were bought from TFA, from blackvapor.co.za. Basically, I just wanted to put it out there in this intro that this will be the first video of a series that I'm going to be naming Mixing with Black. Basically, I've been talking to Black Vapor, and we're kind of I don't know, they're kind of helping me out with my channel, helping me grow. They're going to be sending me a few things here or there. I don't want to call it a sponsorship, but it's kind of a sponsorship. So yeah, I just basically wanted to start the series off with the first episode of Mixing with Black. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, we're back, and this is what we're going to be using today. Obviously, we are going to be using the Gold Nic, that is the nicotine that I use. We have some sweetener from TFA. We have some Coolado, also from TFA. And we have some Cola Cherry, of course, from TFA. We also got some VG and PG here, as usual. A scale and a pipette and some rubber gloves that you can see are already on. So yeah, basically, one thing I've noticed with cherry, I've tasted a couple cherry flavors here and there, and one thing I've noticed a lot with cherries is it's a very powerful flavor, and yet it's not a very powerful flavor at the same time. I know that sounds a bit weird, but what I mean is that it can very easily be too strong. So you can very easily use too much cherry, and it generally doesn't end up with a very nice taste. Or what happens is you try and use it with other things, and it gets covered up quite quickly. So I mean, I've tried quite a few cherry tobacco recipes myself that I know are supposedly quite strong in the cherry and quite weak in the tobacco, and yet you can only really taste the tobacco. But I have found that the cola cherry is actually a very nice blend, to be honest. It's very balanced between the cola and the cherry, which is very nice. Like I say, it's not very easy to get a good balance with cherry. Okay, so we're going to start off with 1.3 grams of nicotine. And we're going to be doing a 20 ml batch of this. Figured I would do a slightly bigger batch of this. I know that I did a fairly small batch of the last one, I only did 10 mls, but figured maybe I'd do a different batch. Yeah, 132, close enough. I ain't really too phased. And that's the thing, I would be fairly comfortable smoking 3.5 milligram, well, vaping, I should say, 3.5 milligram. But I don't. I only vape 3 or sometimes 2.5 milligrams. So that is why you'll see when I'm mixing personally, I'm not too fussy when it comes to my nicotine. If it goes a bit over, it goes a bit over. It's like 133, 132, around there. But to me, it's not really a big deal because, like I said, I'm already smoking less, or vaping less than what. Sorry, guys, I was a smoker for 15 years. I've been a vapor for coming on about 5 months now. So it's very difficult for me to transfer over from saying smoking to vaping. But yeah, anyway, that's why it doesn't really matter to me when my nicotine is a little bit too high, because it's still under what I'm comfortable vaping. I mean, I'm quite comfortable vaping a 6, it's quite strong, but I mean, I get used to it fairly quickly. Okay, then we have a 1.2 of cherry cola. I know last time I added the VG first, meh, just switching stuff up keeps me entertained. So yeah, we're looking for 1.2 of the cherry cola. I'm actually hoping to keep this video a little bit shorter Yeah, 1.23, 1.22, it's okay. Also, these are my personal things. Like, as soon as I mix a flavor that I know someone else is going to be vaping on or whatever, you'll find me being a lot more precise with things. But to be honest with me, just experimenting with the stuff at home, 100th of a gram is nothing to me. Like, okay, next Culada, .2 of Culada. I've noticed that the Culada at 1% is actually a perfect ratio for it. Obviously, depending on what your other flavorings are. But I've noticed that personally for myself, I find that 1% of the Culada is just enough to get that nice cool feeling on the back of your throat as if you were taking a sip of a drink. And then we're going to go for .2 of the sweetener. It's just because I personally find the colas very not sweet. They are sweet, but they're sort of inherently sweet. So I feel like the cherry is giving more sweetness than the actual cola is. Um, and for me, I'm quite a fan of sweet vapes. So add 1% of sweetener in there at 0.2 grams. And now we're going on to PG at 3.27. In my last video, I went like a fair bit over on the PG, but we'll try not do that this time. So we're looking at 3.27. I must admit, I'm quite happy with the 70-30 ratio of VG-PG, purely because I've actually tried quite a few like 60-40s and things like that, and depending on the flavoring, I find the throat hit a bit harsh. And I don't know if that's maybe just my personal preference or not, but I would prefer the nice creaminess of the VG over the throat hit of the PG any day. And I found that nicotine does give a bit of a throat hit as well. So, yeah, 3.27, we got to 3.28. That's a lot closer than we had it last time. Okay, now we're going to be on the VG 17.66. This is always the fun one because it takes forever to get to 17.66. It's a pretty common thing. When I'm doing 20 mils of liquid, it always, pretty much no matter, well, actually, it always, because I always use PG flavors, it always comes up to 17.66 grams of VG. And it's always a real fun part sitting and waiting for 17.66, 17.29, 37, 44, 50, 55, 60, 64. Yeah, a little low, but that is fine. I know that it'll go over otherwise. And that is our cola cherry, guys. That is a pretty simple recipe, only 3 ingredients, and to be honest, a pretty good beginner vape. One of the things that I'm doing with these is I'm trying to start off basic, because when I first started doing the DIY e-liquids, I found a lot of basic recipes that weren't very nice. Like, so they're like, oh yeah, it's a basic recipe. It only has 3 ingredients. And you're like, cool, 3 ingredients. Pretty simple. Must be pretty, like, good. It's banana, for instance, peanut butter, and a cream or something. Should be pretty good. And then you mix it and it's just not right. So, yeah, I don't know, man. For me, I personally, I just wanted to make a couple simple recipes. Obviously, we'll get more advanced. We'll go up in the combinations and the complexity and things like that. But for right now, I just wanted to show people a couple just simply good recipes to try out and maybe get you into experimenting yourself. So yeah, boom, there we go. I'm not going to vape this right now because I know that for the first 2 days, this is really harsh. It's not really harsh, but it's very unblended. It does need, as I said in the card, it needs about 4 days to steep. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I don't even know where my vape is. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Smoking on some sweet guava in here. It's actually quite nice. Vaping on some sweet guava. I swear I will, by the time this series is over, I will have gotten this right. But anyway, guys, I will see you soon. Have a good day. Cheers.